bookish friends, welcome to another tag video. For this Tag Tuesday, I'm going to do Pain Over Joy tag. This tag was created by Lady Lovestead Reads, and I was tagged by Kelly at Books I'm Not Reading a while ago. But as usual, I realized that I was tagged a bit late, and now I'm doing the tag. And I think it's a very good discussion tag, and I really wanted to do it, even if I wasn't tagged. The first question is, do you most read books illustrating pain or books illustrating joy? Why? I read both, but as for the books that are illustrating joy, the only genre that I like actually is romance in this sense. But even, for example, detective works and crime novels and thrillers also illustrate pain when you think about it. But when I read them, I do not feel pain or anything. I actually enjoy those books very, very much. So I'm not sure how to categorize them, but fundamentally, because they illustrate pain, and I also do like historical fiction and sometimes literary fiction, and they illustrate pain most of the time. So in general, I can say that I mostly read books illustrating pain, if I take it from that angle. Question 2. Do you see books about pain as more intellectually valuable? Why or why not? I watched Hannah's books take on this tag, and she said in the Western cultures it's promoted that people should feel joyous all the time, and they promote feeling strong all the time. Because I come from a Middle Eastern culture, and it is actually the opposite. And the songs, the books, the stories, even folk tales are all about people in pain, and they actually value people who have suffered pain much more than people who have had a sort of easy life. That could be the reason why even though I do not say it out loud, I might find the books about pain more valuable, not intellectually valuable, but more valuable as a life experience. But lately, my feelings about those books have changed. The value of the book actually comes from the writing style and the complexity of the characters and how the plot is developed, instead of if the plot features pain or joy. So now I'm more aware that books illustrating joy are also valuable. I think this distinction is not valid anymore for me. Question 3. Why do you think major book prizes like the Booker and the Pulitzer mainly award books about pain? Well, I'm not in the jury, so I cannot really say a definite answer for this one. But I think it is in the second question, they clearly think that books about pain are more valuable. Question 4. Do you use and agree with the phrase guilty pleasure? Why or why not? I actually do not like using the phrase guilty pleasure, but if a question is asked about what are my guilty pleasure books, I would say romance and detective fiction, most probably. Until about 2 years ago, I had a tendency to say that when people ask me, it was impressive how much I read, I just tended to say that romance books and detective fictions were easy reads. So I subconsciously decreased the value of those books by just saying that. So I can say that up until 2 years ago, even though I didn't use the phrase, I actually thought those books were guilty pleasure books. Question 5. Do you think books centering joy are guilty pleasures? As I've said before, I'm a bit conflicted about what guilty pleasure is, because murder is the most significant plot point of detective fiction, crime fiction, and mostly thriller fiction. I enjoy those books immensely, and I like the fast-paced, and I love the mystery aspect of the books. And when I read them, they bring me joy. But murder and people running from criminals and other really bad and horrific things happening to them in those books do not illustrate or center joy. but I do not feel guilty that I enjoy those books. So I guess I don't really know what I think about those books and if they are guilty pleasures or not. Question 6. Do you read in secret? Are there books you read but never talk because of embarrassment, shame, or guilty about liking them? I used to do that. I used to read Harlequin romance books, category romance books. I used to read them and enjoy them, not immensely maybe, but quite commonly. I used to not talk about it until I found a community that really likes romance on BookTube. So I cannot say that I am actually a part of that community because I do not particularly read romance. I think their confidence in sharing that they read those books, also shared how much they enjoyed them, has really made me think about my former decision of not talking about those books. And I've started talking about those books as I read them. I talk about all the books that I read in my wrap-up. Right now, I'm never embarrassed that I read any of the books that I read. The 7th question is, who do you tag? This tag has been going on for a while, but at the time that I'm doing this video, I think those 3 booktubers have not done this tag yet. Book Zealots, Jane Knight Reads and Writes, and Marilyn Mendoza. I really would like to know what their take on this discussion video is. But also, if you haven't done this tag yet and want to do it, consider yourselves tagged and you can mention me in your video that I've tagged you. So please comment down below what do you think about the term guilty pleasure. Are you as conflicted as in this term as I am? And if you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. As for Turkish word of the day, since this tag is called pain over joy tag, I thought pain should be the word of the day. Pain means acı in Turkish and acı is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.